Alrighty, I think we're good here. Just doing a little boom, select live source. And I think we're good. Auto find and activate. Trying to get my chat for YouTube to open. Which for some reason is not doing it. Okay, so I'm gonna have to open the YouTube chat in a separate little bit. I guess we'll pop that out here. Okie dokos. So, we're going to be playing a little bit more Streamlands. Because we are trying to go through and hopefully make it to the next tier at some point this year. So, things we were working towards. We have our, what do you call it? So we've got the SAM fluctuator stuff here. What is our research capacity at the moment? I need to check this bit out. See what there is. Ooh, hard drive scan. Alrighty, pure copper or pure copper might be just the thing. I feel like, yeah, pure copper could be. That might be pure Caterium, pure copper. Is this game satisfactory? It is indeed, G-Dub. It is very much so. How are you going? How was your weekend? How is the week treating you thus far? All these kinds of very important bits of information. I'm thinking we're going to go for the pure ingots. I know we should really be building up our recipes and all, but you know what? We're going to go for it. Things are alright. Well, that's a shame, because that means there's not much left. Hey! Terrible pun, but you know what? You deserve it. What? Oh, also, are you well? Because you're looking well. Forgot about that one. So, this time around, we are going to try and do something a little bit more vertically. That's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try and set this stuff up so that we have a nice little height map going. So all this kind of stuff will just leave from there and it will go up into a nice little structure here so that we can try having a multi-story. So maybe inside this area, we look at something else. Let's see how many, we've got 935, so that's not a massive amount of stuff, but it's enough that it could be useful to us. All these here are pumping out into here, and I think what we should do instead is we should try and set this up in such a way that we have a multi-story vertical thing along here. So, let's set this to zoo, and we're going to have this go along this way. We'll have you go 5 over this way, you are going to go 10 this way. Now, from here, we have you go across 2, right? And then we'll do central little gate bit here. We do another 2 of these. Lovely. We'll break this down. Now, these here will then feed into a few different things. I'm thinking we do have refineries. So we should set, I think, the refineries to all go through here. And these will just constantly pump stuff out. Right, let's see what we actually need to focus on for our things. So 204 out of 2500 for phase 3. And then we need the turbo motors. So I think what we need is this kind of stuff pumping into somewhere. Okay, well at least I can see we're still producing those things there. Right, this here, if we were to do, could do potentially 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we could then have those feed up the way from the output. So we would be building a multi-story thing here. We'd have the outputs go all the way up there. And they would feed out nicely. So these here, let's dismantle this, and this, and this. Right, so there we go. We've got 5 of these here now. We're going to switch this so that we go into here. So maybe we do this here, another one here, and then, right. So we can fit 4 of these side by side. I think these here, we could set to have, or no, maybe what we'll do instead, we'll put in the logistics pipeline junction. So this here, here, and then here. All of these will come in like this, and then we just pump these out here. Connect to here, and then you here, and finally you to here. Now you, on the other hand, we're going to switch to steel, just because steel is going to be nice and easy for us. All these here will then pump in from up above here. So we switch to this here, and we'll have this be group 5. So you, if we put you here, okay, so we put 1 in here, and this will then have, so 4 splitter, there, 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 and there. Now we just have these here go merge, 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 and you, on the other hand, will do a straight line into here. So these here are now set in such a way that we could work with them. Let's get a water extractor set up here. Okay, so that's a bit of a mistake, but actually, this might be really fun. Can we actually reach the ladder from here? We cannot. That's a shame. So I guess, whoop, jump. Oh, we did it. Nice. So now if we do foundations, let's do foundation stairs on here. Just build 1 by 1 there. And that'll be that lovely. So, okay, I think that is kind of working. Let's now set this.
Detected at the doorbell. Okay.
As you can see, motion is detected at the doorbell. Very important. So if we did a wall hole here, for example, and then we do you, pipeline mark 1, and we'll have you do straight. Oh, I like that. That's nice to me. So we'll set this here up, production, water extractor, and I want this here, connect in here. You, pipeline straight, go into there. Now we'll just have this here connect to, okay, so we do have the wall connectors set up. Those are probably going to be a little bit awkward, but you know what? We're going to work with it for now. We're actually going to leave it for now is the better way to describe it, because I want to go do some exploring. Let's do that while we make sure everything is in fact going to the correct places. And this is going to be the very important thing. So yeah, our, what do you call them? Our versatile frameworks, we're going to need a total of 2,500 of those. We're producing 10 per minute. So that's Jeepers out, that's like 4 hours worth. That's going to be our big thing, I guess. And I don't know quite how we're going to manage it. But I think we need to change where we're setting up our base at the same time. We are going to need to establish a secondary supply point. And I don't know where would be a good place, aside from possibly, I don't know, if we go and have a look at the Dune Deserts. So let's lift a whole pile of this stuff. You are going away. You are going away. Get rid of this, this. All these little things that we're going to have going away from here. And we should check how much is needed in the things. So we're going to need 2,000, so right, 2,132. So we should need about 530-ish modular frames. That is not enough. We do not have enough here. Right. Modular. Take this. Excuse me. Load these here in. And I guess we're going exploring. It's not even so much exploring because we know where we're going to. The hard drives is a nope, but we're definitely going to have a look out for Mercer spheres. These will be our big importante things. Because we have 0 of 23. And I would like that number to be higher than it is at this time. You can see out the Caterium up there. But this here, it's time for us to make our way across the world. And we'll have a few different places set up. So in the Dune Desert, there is an area that also does plastic. How much concrete have we got? Okay, we got like 4,000 concrete, so we'll be able to build a mega factory up there, which will be good. And right, from this here, keep going. So we need to head up over that way, and then we're going pretty much straight ahead. But I'm hoping along the way we're going to find some nice Mercer sphere bits. We don't need any more of these. Let's upload some of these. Oh, damn it. Could have loaded another bunch of that. But did not think to. So, yeah. Let's start working towards our Dune Desert base, which involves going to the Dune Desert, which is going to be a whole big thing. But we'll be able to get quartz, we'll have plastic, oil, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be very good for us in the end. Mercer sphere nearby. Ooh. Alrighty. So we've got something over this way. Right. Mercer sphere is still showing us, oh, this here way. Let's try. Oop. Gotta reload. Can I make it to landfall here? I can. Alright. Let's get, whoop, good big through. Check that down, and we're good. Mercer sphere. Gunzoos. And nice. Next Mercer sphere is, well, we can just go ahead and fire our way through here.
I do not think
No, we cannot.
no, I am not entirely.
That was stupid of me. I really didn't expect it to be that, like, plentiful. An ore field. Or a poison field, rather. I guess maybe we should take the truck. Maybe that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to go to our steel area. I'm thinking of the wrong save. We don't have a truck. Yet. Maybe we should have a truck. Let's have a look and see. Tractor. Oh yeah, I can build a tractor. We're going to build the tractor and we're going to load it with concrete. That's what we're going to do. This is going to be beautiful. Trust me. So all of this here up to here. This has been completed. Now,
Tractors can use any type of fuel
we want
and have
to
a self-driving
load in
feature, much like
concrete.
Pioneers, only more reliable. While driving,
Give me
you can
more.
afford a path to automate vehicle resource transportation.
Lovely. And then we load in the fuel.
Vehicles, tractors
Now we can start making our way across the world.
already fully subject to other means of
This is
surveillance.
going to be a lot of driving, but it's going to be worth it when we're able to set up a mega factory. I cannot wait. Well, I say I cannot wait, but to be honest, some of the logistics is going to be very intimidating. But we can work with that. That was silly right there. Also, my mouse look is inverted while it is driving the truck. If I move the mouse up, it starts looking down. It is very interesting. We got this here, okie dokos. We're gonna have to keep on going and see where we get to. Yes, this is the way up. Lovely. Okay. We have hope. So this here is going to, for sure, be our very interesting way to determine what all is going on. And I wonder where would be a good place to have the different stuff shipped from. Well, I know we're going to have an oil field. Going to be very important. Oil field will be our main power station, I guess, but it'll also produce some plastics. We can look at possibly having some compacted coal or something like that there, or maybe turbo fuel, and using that kind of a thing. It might be an option. But this here, on the other hand, is just our way of going along. So we don't want to drive into the water there. Want to try and make sure we stay semi-afloat. Onwards and upwards. And right. There's 120 megawatts. Here's a question. Have we got that? Yeah, we have. So, oh, we've got the inventory space as well. Got all of that, and now this here. Lovely. So we'll drive the rest of this stuff, and we may as well delete that little icon from our map, because that is no longer required. You are removed. We're also going to head over this way, and as I look at it, I really haven't explored much of this sort of grassland area in between. Which means potentially we could be passing a good number of Mercer spheres. So I'm going to have to keep the eyes semi-peeled. Oop, purple slug. Purple is definitely a slug worth nabbing. And whoop. Okay, so that didn't work. Threw it a little bit too far almost. You are whoop. Hey! It's nowhere near as laggy as it was before when you would blow up the stones. Seems like they've kind of optimized the demolition a little bit. Because before, if you blew up a bunch of the boulders, it would really, really tank the frame rate. So, grab this here, and then we're going back to the truck. Reload, and we are good. Mercer sphere, okay, it said we were near one, but not going to risk it for a biscuit just yet, so we're not. Instead, we are going to continue to do it or chew it. So there's a few stingers there on the ground, which are currently in arachnophobia mode. Not because I actually find the stingers to be really creepy or anything, but just because, I don't know, it disincentivizes me from killing them. Okay, so this here, we can go across this. Nice. Let's try and accelerate up this a little bit. So come on. And boom. Nope. Not gonna work like that. So I guess we gotta go around. Which is a darn shame, if you ask me. So, oh. What, pray tell, are you gonna be? Oh. What is this gonna be? Summer sloop, maybe? Well, we gotta... Sorry, cats. So it's only a couple of fire slugs for some reason. Not exactly lucrative, but yeah, what the hell. May as well grab it while we're in here. Blue fire slug, come on. There we go. And now, whoop. Well, that didn't work quite how I wanted it to. How am I to get besides? Maybe that is what we're going to do. We're just going to use the power of physics. Right. There we go. Lovely. Grab this one now. So this is actually 5 fire slugs. This is not bad at all. Little outcome from this. Right, but I need to try to... Ah, damn it. How the fudge am I to... This requires a really delicate hand. And in case it's not obvious, I do not have one of those. I'm very much not the delicate kind of guy. So, right, there we go. And now we'll just go and try to land here. Lovely. We can still grab this one. So, that's perfect. Quartz, we don't need to grab more of just yet, but we can still upload all this kind of jazz. Wait, where was our entrance bit? Ah, here it was. Lovely. That cave honestly kind of reminds me of like an Elden Ring Caelid style one. Just because of, well, I don't know why, to be honest with you. It's probably because it makes me think of the abandoned cave. You know, the one where you fight the 2 Cleanrot Knights, and if you do it right and win against them, you get the Golden Scarab Talisman, I think, which gives you 20% extra runes collected from all sources. Or maybe just kills. There we go. Lovely. Can't see anything. How do we get through? Is that actually seriously blocking us? Right, let's try this here. You are done. You over there are done. I like the fact that, you know, it's actually showing what the different, like, area of effects of these things is. Okay, so that was just detonated. Right, I want to try and stick this guy. Whoop. Didn't work on you, but I did blow up your kids, which is probably not the best thing to be doing. That's not going to make it less pissed off at me. Yeah, I'm on then. Alrighty. Lovely. So, yeah, that worked. I also see a hard drive over there. If I grab this, yep. If I'm up here, this works. So now we'll go ahead and boom, upload all of these here. Whoop, not the thing. Drive tractor, and we'll head through the cave. We can also see, continuing along this way, where there is a hard drive. I need to check to see if there is an area that is shallow enough. No, there is not. So that's one thing. Don't honestly know what's in there. Probably not something I should be unleashing at this time. But needs must as the devil drives. Okay, while that is doing its little whole despawn all the baddies things, I am going to do this part. Fun part of taking down these here. Oh boy. Right. So healing. Healing is a very important thing that we're not really doing a great job of right now. But we got a summer sloop. Always happy to have one of these. Hallo, wie geht's? Wohin gehst du? Lovely. That is that one done. Oh. Okay, so that was very nearly a death for us. We got those, we got this. Right, so this here requires 15 rubber, that's all. I got that, I'm pretty sure. Rubber. I don't got that. I really don't got that. Circuit boards. I wish I had more rubber, but I don't, which is very unfortunate. Okay, so add a new map marker right here. 15 rubber. And whoop. Hey, horsey, how are you going? Are you well? Because you're looking well. What does this say? I need to change this. You are 15 rubber and you're going into subcategory HDD. But how are you, horsey? Are you well? Because you're looking well. I'm very glad to hear that. I need to construct a foundation going to run all the way across here. Right, okay, hang on. You over to here, and then we'll add a ramp down like this. Oh, nope. Ramp there. How are you going? What have you been playing lately, Horsey? Haven't had a chance to pop in for a wee while yet. How have things, life, love, and streams been? What are you going through at the minute? Have you been playing a little bit of Night Rain, or maybe going through some of the old classics? What is going on? How is life? Tell me all about it. It is hopefully a nice little Monday where you are, and the pollen count is not too high. That's one of the things. Saturday and Sunday, the pollen count here was atrocious. Way too high, so at that point I spent all of Saturday and Sunday cooped up in this home office, sneezing my absolute lungs out the entire time, and just having a real unpleasant weekend as a result. But the good thing is, it's all good today. I don't seem to have sneezed nearly as much, although that's possibly down to having taken several antihistamines and hoping to God that they all worked. It's also maybe because I got a full night's sleep, which is not always something I'm doing. Okay, don't drive into the ravine. Driving into the ravine, bad thing. Hey, thank you very much for the raid. Howdy everyone. For those that don't already know me, I am Reaper. I am a variety streamer from Northern Ireland. I like playing a variety of different games. Here on Mondays, I like to do Manufacturing Mondays, where I play all kinds of little silly games that, as several people have described, they're just all about making numbers try to line up with other numbers. And I'm just like, yeah, that piques my interest. That makes my brain very happy. I also do on Tuesdays, I'm going through the Stalker franchise on the Master difficulty. So nice little bit of difficulty for that. And Wednesdays, it is a lot of math. You know, it's very much, it's for nerds. I fully appreciate it. Not everyone is into the games like sort of Satisfactory or Factorio or things like that there. But I love trying to make things look pretty, and I'm very big on that kind of stuff. So hopefully that'll be something that you'll get to enjoy, watching me make things look nice, or just learning a little bits about games like this. Fudge. I also do on Wednesdays, I do Warcraft, where it's not World of Warcraft, it's actually good old-fashioned top-down real-time strategy one. And hopefully over the next few weeks, I'm going to be starting the Doom franchise on Fridays and trying to go through on Nightmare difficulty. Just got a few things to set up for that. And then, of course, you know, there's a couple of weddings taking place over the next month, so that'll be a lot of Fridays taken out. But that's enough about me. Next most important thing, actually the arguably more important thing, is how are all of yous? Hopefully everyone's having themselves a lovely little evening. We've been enjoying a little bit of Horsey Mart, and now we get to wind things down a hell of a lot. Taking it from up here with Horsey and everything, now we're down into the chill vibe kind of thing. I'm not one of those ones that's big on the super massive, hey, we're going to do lots of noise, all that kind of stuff. Not that Horsey is, but it's just like, yeah, I'm generally a pretty chill vibe kind of fella. I'm actually going to, because of that, I'm going to have a look and see if I can find, because this game doesn't have much music going. You had a long day and you're going to go to bed soon? Well, I'm sorry to hear your day was long, unless, of course, it was a good kind of long. Game on minimized? No. Streamer mode? You know what? We're going to risk it for a biscuit. We're going to have ourselves a nice little one. Horses all over the place. Well, that is not exactly a bad thing. You know, for those people that are all over the place, sometimes they're all over the place. Sometimes they're nice chill vibes. I haven't had the chance to catch Horsey stream in quite a while, just because I have been working a lot more lately in the evenings. Not actually at my main job. My main job is fortunately a 9 to 5, except for the compressed Fridays. But in the evening times, I've been teaching myself little bits of hobbies and things like that. For example, you may be able to see this here enclosure thing behind me. I've been learning 3D modeling so that I can print different little things. Hey, it's all good, horsey. It is all good in the hood. We're just doing a nice little bit of driving. It's not quite as entertaining as the Grand Tour or anything. I'm not going to pretend like I'm, the next James Hammond or Richard May or Clark Jeremyson. But what I will say is I apparently know how to crash into giant space giraffe things. Oh no, it's afraid of me. That's unfortunate. But the build is going, so we've had a couple of different ones. My build back home looks like utter dog shit, because I haven't planned it out really, which is why we're going to spend a little bit of time doing some desert logistics. We're going to try and make things look a lot nicer when we build our mega factory up here. And it will have a couple of different bits that feed into it, but it's all going to be good. We're going to figure a way to make it work. I mean, around here, for example, I'm pretty sure this is where there is crude oil. And then if we keep going up this way, yes. So over there is actually, if you look to the left side of the vehicle, you'll see a slight break in all of the little bits there. I guess they're not quite mesas, they're outcroppings, they're crags, they're things like that. But that there little bit is almost a bit of a shortcut, which we can take. And if we go through here, we're going to get to a nice wide open space, and you'll understand why I like the look of it in just a little second when we make our way through here. Look at this. This is the kind of thing, if you add foundations in, then at that point you're going to be able to build yourself a beautiful, beautiful mega factory. And that is what we're after. We're after a mega factory, so we can have over there, we can have some nice water extraction going on, and we can use that to make all kinds of things like residual plastics, all that there. Making plans means you replace changes with mistakes. I like that, Fondue. I like that. Yeah, I have had many, many times where I thought I've had things planned out absolutely perfect. It's looking great. It's fantastic. It's going to be fine. And then as soon as I go to implement it, I'm just like, I forgot. Reality is less perfect. Reality has a tendency to be a bit shit sometimes, comparatively. So I guess we establish our mega factory. Let's have a look at setting it up, starting here. So, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. You can actually emote in this. Shows how much I play this in multiplayer. So, we want an obvious, nice little bit that sinks into the into the ground. This is going to require some serious amounts of work, and you're probably thinking you don't have nearly enough concrete in your inventory for this. You would be right. Theoretically, would be correct. But I brought a tractor with me, and inside that tractor I loaded a crap ton of concrete. So this here is going to be our basic first floor. We can do another 20 up this way, and then we're going to go back to the tractor, and you'll get to see all the other stuff I did. Really? I probably could have planned this out a little bit better. Yep, that's unfortunate. Right, this is... Whoop. No kidding me like that. You're not going to be able to get me like that. It's a good try, buddy, but it is not working like that there. You're always making a mess. That's the important thing. The important thing is always make a mess. So, in here we got this, up another 10 this way. And I guess we're going to have to start building a little bit more vertical anyway. So this here will do the thing. not default. Jesus, could you imagine trying to do this as default? Right, okay, so we are going to have to construct a few little pillars, I guess. Right. Yeah, thank God for zip mode and all, because if you could only do this as default mode, that would be horrendous. That would genuinely be one of those things where I probably would spend a good portion of the time crying. Not to say that I'm not going to end up doing that anyway, but, you know. I also discovered recently a couple of ones in work are also big fans of this, which I was very much keen on. You know what, we can go down like this. Get this going. Right. Now you vertical. Let's do 6 down like this. Now we want zoop to go across. All of this here. Right. Broken. Oh. We got one very heckin' grumpy boy. You know what? You're going to go another 10 over. And then you are going to lead directly vertically down. Hey, you go into the water like that. Nice. Zoop, we'll have this go like this. I don't know if any of you are big fans of doing mega factories, or if you prefer little smaller factories that all end up working out in the end. I am very much a fan of singular little areas. Hey, and there's Skid. Skid, how are you going? For those that don't know, Skid here in chat is a good buddy. I just saw an automod thing that just says a message was blocked for using prohibited terms, and I can almost guarantee it was a bot saying, get the best viewers at this website. I'm trying to sell their little garbage website. And it's like, don't need that. But yes, Skid, Horsey and chat, Skid. Skid is a good friend of mine from work. We met originally through work, and he has recently started doing streams. He is not on the Factorio grind just yet, or the Satisfactory grind, but who knows? Maybe in time we'll be able to actually get him. I need to actually reset up I've got like the loop deck thing, but I haven't actually done the shout out stuff on it in a good length of time. We're going to try and get all this set up. Maybe we should have done like a 4x4 kind of thing. Right, okay. Let's try and shock you. But yes, if you're ever in the mood for variety of different things, Skid is also a variety streamer who does, last week actually did a rather fantastic little one. He did a Sporkle quiz, which is, was doing like a quiz night thing on, which is something I had never actually seen done before. And I was like, hey, that's pretty nifty. So we sat and did things about like brand, etymology, all those kinds of things. 13 viewers. 13 viewers is as a result of the incredible kindness of the wonderful Horsey Mart. Absolutely entirely for that there. Have Factorio, but Satisfactory is taking up a lot of time. It really does. Like, Satisfactory is one of those things, particular because when I went to launch it tonight, it told me, hey, there's a brand new update up. And I was just like, wait, what? So, you know, there was a new bunch of patch stuff to it today. So I'm hoping that's going to make things like train stations and that so much easier to use. I haven't really tested out the highway connections or anything for blueprint snapping just yet. But in time, I will. That is something I am definitely going to do. It is always nice to meet new people. There are a wide variety of ones. Actually, I'm just covering up one of the ones that just popped up on the thing saying that they've started playing Valheim, which is another one. Oh, think you're going to get back on the showdown grind? Yes, if you don't like Sporkle quizzes, then at that point, Skid also is doing Pokemon Showdown. And he is one of the few people in work that is consistently... Actually, no. That's almost a little bit rude to half the people in work, because there are a bunch of you that are insanely good at Pokedoku each week. Okay, don't you even think about it there, Sunshine. Right, so we got this here. Yeah, don't know if any of you do Pokedoku. Oh, you're thinking of doing a Rivals stream? That would be interesting. Dibs on Iron Man. I kid. I'm not going to try and claim dibs on Iron Man, because also, Mr. Chris is insanely good at playing Iron Man as well. He was actually countering the other Iron Mans and all, and I was just like, good for you, because I cannot counter flyers as an Iron Man. I need that hit scan in my life. Sim racing is also it's one that I would like to have like a proper racing wheel to do things like that there. Because I played a lot of Forza Motorsport whenever I was on the Xbox 360 era. Like Forza Motorsport 2, I actually 100%ed it. All the races, gold, and not even like the endurance where I was racing with bots or anything. No, I did all the driving myself. None of that hire driver kind of stuff. Really? I've run out of concrete this quickly. I don't buy that. Okay, thank God. Thank God. I was a little bit worried for a second there. Ooh, Elite Dangerous is another one that could also be a very good one. I should be looking at the double ramps rather. Let's do 10. Whoop. Get another bunch of these here down. Another bunch of these. Bunch of these. I mean, if we're blocking this little bit, let's cut this so that we can still have that up and running. But, you know, we're doing pretty good. You hired a driver for the endurance races. I'm not going to say, like, that's disingenuous, because, you know, it's really not. But, you know, for me, like, this was back in the era when I was doing, like, I had the Xbox 360. I also had GCSEs, but I have not been doing... Oh, GT4. I do like a little bit of Gran Turismo. It's actually one of the few things I played a good amount of when I got the PSVR. I have been thinking about possibly breaking that out and maybe doing VR streams if I can figure out a way to get chat to come through into my earphones or something. So maybe I could set my monitors up with text-to-speech or something, so I could still go up to it. Got a PS5? I do indeed. PS5 was one of my little guilty pleasure purchases. I bought it and Demon's Souls probably about 2 years ago, maybe? Yeah, about 2 years ago. And have played a copious amount of Helldivers on it at the same time. I'm very big into Helldivers, just because, I don't know, there's something about democracy masquerading as not democracy, or should I say not democracy masquerading as democracy. Big fan of that sort of Starship Troopers-y style of humor. Right, you zoom, whoop, you zoom, whoop. Up you go. PC, PS5. I don't blame you on that. That's actually the same reason I went for. So I went a little bit overboard with mine. I have picked up one of each of the consoles with the exception of the Switch 2. And of course, like I was too late to the party, so I didn't actually get the opportunity to buy the best console of all time. Of course, I'm talking about the Ouya. You know, just what a console. So fantastically designed, you know, absolutely just stellar piece of kit. That. Really, really good. Okay, I need more concrete again. Let's drive the tractor up onto here. And this is going to be our thing. I'm just baiting. Why would I possibly be baiting? You know? How could I possibly bait you into anything anyway? Everybody knows that when you're talking about consoles, you always got to think about, like, hey, what consoles do you play on? So there's the obvious, everybody has like the PlayStation or Xbox, they have a preferred one between those. They maybe have a Nintendo Switch for Mario Kart or something. Switch streaming you could do if you had a capture card, Skid. So what you would do is you would run a capture card, so that would be in between your monitor and your thing. You could then have that added as a video source, the same as you're adding a webcam or anything like that. And then you could have it where you're capturing the console video, which is kind of what I do when I'm playing console games or something. I just run an AverMedia GC550 game capture one, which I think I picked up for like 80 quid or something. Ooh, okay, right. That was the thing. Oh yeah. Because I like symmetry, I'm just going to go ahead and double ramp on this one, and we're going to have this go 10 over. 10, 10, 10. Oh. Oh wait, I think it was actually only 8. Wasn't it? Yes, it was only 8. It was only 8 because these two we had to strip off on that side for that. Right, so we've got this here a little bit constructed. Do we have enough for doing things like constructors and assemblers? Yes, we do. So, maybe we do... These here, we could have a water extractor that pumps water up the ways to here. Gonna head out and get some rest. Hey, thank you very much for dropping the follow. And the main thing is, you sleep well, you know? Very important. Got to get that rest so that when you're doing engineering questions and calculations and things like that, you do not end up completely, absolutely destroying everything. You know? It's very important to not destroy everything, particularly if your engineering is in the field of concrete or infrastructure. Please don't destroy anything from that sector. So we've got refinery here, so we could do water extractors down here in Valadium locations, so we could drop that there. Yes, absolutely. I wholeheartedly accept this. I really should drop a mod on Skid or something. You're active enough that why the hell would I not be, you know, dropping a mod on you and everything. I also do recognize that I still need to get back to finishing off your little Pokemon themed overlays. So yeah, don't worry, I have not forgotten. I'm just really, really bad at time management, you know? But I'm thinking if I'm designing it up for you, then at that point that's probably going to make me pay a bit more attention to it. So I would say at some point within the next fiscal year, you should be fine. So do we do a separate area for ores? I think we should. We should have an area that connects to this here. So what we gotta do is we gotta extend this here out. And right. If we do this here out 20 and by 10, this should hopefully give us a nice little area. So drop this one shy so it's by, there we go. This will be 20 by 10 and this will help us up. Oh, I have been wondering about those Hotos ones. I keep seeing them in like Argos advertised because it's always saying it's like, hey, you might enjoy this here flight stick and all. Which could be possibly very interesting little thing. I'm torn between like, because I've also got Ace Combat on the PSVR, and I'm thinking Ace Combat plus a flight stick in VR could be a really fun one. But I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if you get the whole game in VR or if it's just select missions or something. And either way, it probably would be one of those things that would end up with me absolutely, you know, puking my guts out, which would not be ideal, but, right, okay, you, boom, and down 10. Lovely. Right, so this here will be this Thrustmaster. I have heard, like, I didn't realize they were sort of cheap option ones. I always thought the Thrustmaster ones, because I keep seeing the ones advertised are like the really serious, like Ferrari sort of ones. I didn't actually know they did sort of cheaper entry level ones, because I thought they had almost got a bit of a premium brand kind of thing going for them now. Right, so this here, if we add this, let's go for logistics, no, production, right, refinery, and we're going to set this up. So, here is one, and this will allow us to set up our logistics way here now. We can set this up and have this connect to here, and you now so this will continue down the ways. We can set a pipe, or a pump rather, up to it. X52, man needs buttons. If you're playing something like Elite Dangerous, you absolutely do need buttons. That is not disputable in any way. Right, we need the copper sheets, but aside from that, so we've got that set up, which will be our pipeline in. We can eventually upgrade those with the likes of plastics and all. But this will be our ore processing area. And this will then feed into what, I wonder. So, zoop, let's set this up. Okay. Got this all the way along. The G13 game board. Is that the fighting? Or not the fighting, the one that's like the proper control panel and everything? Because the last time I saw something that intricate was whenever I was running a convention console area, and we actually had, as amazing as it sounds, we had the proper Steel Battalion like controller. I don't know if you remember. I think it was Steel Battalion you called it. The one for the original Xbox, which I swear to God, the thing actually straight up was an entire, like an entire, what do you call it? Combat station, I guess, would be the best way to describe it. It was wild. I've seen a few different things for like stream decks and all that you can like program a stream deck to kind of almost function like one of those. Right, we're gonna pop that down there, and that will do its thing. Okie dokes. Right. Now, where to? Gonna go. Yeah, because like I've got the loot deck thing here, and it's always telling me about like, hey, there are profiles for this game or that game, and I'm just like, like, cool, good for it, but don't really need it. This here area, I think, is definitely going to be one where, right, we'll have glass walls along there. How many floors up is this going to have to go? That's the thing, like the wee stream decks and all, they really are just so helpful. Okay, so really, this needs to go up 10 floors to capture the whole thing. Interesting. Right, you up 10. You go up 10. And now we'll do the same thing along here. Up you go. Whoop. Up you go. This area we will close in. And this will be our main manufactorum, as it were. And by manufactorum, I am, of course, making reference to the wonderful, wonderful series full of all kinds of friendly, happy people known as Warhammer 40,000. It's just all the happy guys at once, because in case it probably... Actually, no, it couldn't be obvious. It couldn't be obvious because I don't have any things on display at the minute in the background. I paint the little guys too. Yeah, I paint little joyous undead space marines, all kinds of different things. But the one thing I'm most interested in is I have heard about the new Stream Deck Anywhere, I think they're calling it. And it's a really interesting concept. Like, okay. So the Stream Deck Anywhere, what does that functionally mean? Or if I wanted to use, for example, my Loop Deck. Because my Loop Deck, Logitech picked up Loop Deck. And Logitech did what Logitech are wont to do. Which is, they decided, we don't want to support this anymore. And they have stopped support for it. Which is just really feckin' irritating to me. Because, like, for the love of God, stop doing that. Stop buying companies like that. Get Stream Deck app on your phone. I have seen that, but what I'm wondering is if I can integrate it into other hardware. So, for example, can I use Loop Deck, like the actual Loop Deck hardware, and then have that connect to the Stream Deck app, I suppose. I'm sure there is a way to do it. It'd probably just involve changing things like driver numbers and assignments, things like that. But in a kind of way where I don't want to have to do all of that there, but now that they've got like that Stream Deck, Stream Anywhere thing coming, it's just like... Because there are lots of plugins only on Stream Deck that aren't on Loop Deck that are really helpful seeming. Like if I'm playing... Like, God forbid, if I ever decide to go into Elden Ring again and do, like, challenge runs, to have something where I could have, like, an incrementable counter that would go, hey, so I just died, and it would be able to tell, oh, but he's playing Elden Ring and just died, so at that point, we should increment his Elden Ring deaths counter. Things like that, because it seems a lot more intelligent than what you can find in... I guess in the Loop Deck stuff. There's not anything with that level of, and I could try to program something, but also at the same time, I don't remember how to program that much. Really don't. So it's like, yeah, someone else could already have done this for me. That'd be fantastic, thanks. Okay, we're going this way. What do we got? Okay, stuff over there, right? Okay, come on. Can we slide? Yes, we can. Thank God they haven't patched that out. If they ever patch out the ability to parachute up vertical surfaces, then at that point I'm just going to report that as a bug. And just be like, hey, so I can't parachute vertically upwards anymore. What's going on here, guys? But I think it's been known about long enough that they're never going to try to fix it. Right? That's my hope. My hope is they're never going to try to fix it. Ooh, that's the Mercer Sphere we're looking for. Nice. Grab this here, and then we can grab a couple other things from up here, and then we will go ahead and deliberately die. I can see here we got about 1,000 of the sphere things. Or not spheres, the adjustable frameworks. And it feels to me like it's not increasing anymore, indicating probably that we don't have any more being produced. So we've run out of modular frames in that bit, and we're too low down for that. Let's see. Anything up? Oh, there is a Mercer Sphere. Aha! There's the Mercer Sphere. We'll grab this here. And Ray. Yep, the spitters are after us. I only have arachnophobia mode on to be considerate to other people who may have arachnophobia. I don't have it myself, and also at the same time, I would rather not have it personally, because I don't like having to shock the kittens. It's not enjoyable to me, the sound they make whenever they go meow, just because I didn't think I liked cats before, like before we actually brought one into the house a few months back. But yeah, turns out cats pretty goddamn adorable. I always thought I was just a dog person, but nope. Turns out I just like little cute fluffy animals. Not just fluffy ones. One of our friends actually has a pet snake, and he is just the most adorable fella. When we were playing Dungeons and Dragons at theirs the other night, it yawned because it was getting late, and all of us were just sat talking about what a pretty little boy it is. Because it is. He is an absolutely adorable little fella. He is so tiny, and just like, yeah. I could totally have a pet snake. I could also totally have a pet raccoon. Like, I would definitely have a pet raccoon. I would not call it Rocket, however. But I don't know what I would call it. What would be a good name for a pet raccoon? Because I feel like everyone would call theirs Rocket if they had one, just because Marvel. But I don't know. I'm not that massively into Marvel. I only play Marvel Rivals whenever I have a good squad, which is essentially anytime I check the Discord and find any of the guys are on. But, whoop, here we go. Blue Pyre Slug. Yeah, I'm on. So, how to make our way... Ooh, here's a way to make our way up. Alrighty. Oh, darn it. Are we out? Yep, there we are. Oh, for the love of... Yep, I thought that might happen. How far away can you detonate from? I mean, I don't know what I was expecting. I didn't think it was going to do a little kablooey there, but it would have been nice if there was some kind of feedback. Okay, let's go and check up here. Steel beams and things ran out. So, okay. We do need the steel beams. No, you keep that checked. So we are not as far as I would like us to be for this here. We're gonna load these here in. Got about 1,000 of that in. So 50 times 12. Okay, so 600 should do the job. That's gonna get us 200, I think. Is it? Yeah, 200, I think. Here is our, as I was saying before, really, really, really aggressively ugly design system. Right. Why are you not? You should always be pumping into here. And should we summer sloop this, I'm wondering. Maybe we do summer sloop this. Could it be worth it? Well, let's check our power grid. Power grid, we can produce 2060. This here is going to do its little thing. So maybe, you know what? Production. We can build another assembler here. Have it do this here. Right, so you go into here and you're going to go straight. You are going to split this. You're going to split this. You are going into here. You, I guess, will have you here, you here. Whoop. Okay, don't lead it out that way. You are going to go out like this, and you're going to go there. this here, let's do a modular frame just for the meantime. This isn't fired, so let's fix this. And we want to load you, and then we load our power shards at the same time. These here, pump this up. You've got to pump it up. And now we want reinforced iron plates. Let's take a batch of this here. Whoop. And we're going to pop these in. So this will produce in 24 seconds. So we may as well just sit and sort of wait on this. What we're going to do while we wait is acquire ourselves a beverage. Nope, not from my beer shelf. From the more important, better shelf. The monster shelf. Which is where I keep my monsters. Right, okay, lovely. Let's take that. Take these. This. You are now absolutely chock-a-block with this. So now, load the 50 into here. Oop. You are going to be this here. And you'll be the exact same. Right. So this requires 75 per minute, and you're going to produce these and lead them into here. So lovely. This is going to do its little thing. Let's upload all of these here. Whoop, we don't want these uploading because we don't have enough space. Okay, let's get rid of this bit. We're going to upload this and these. Upload this, and we'll upload the grass. So now we have a lot more space in our inventory. And that means, very importantly, we can head on over this way, which I don't know why we're taking the land transportation network. We could be taking the aerial one instead. That would be much better for us, I think. There's our nice little sea train. That's going ahead like that. And we will head over, grab a shit ton of iron, what do you call it? Not iron, steel beams. Which I believe do in fact burn hot enough. So there you go, the more you know. Let's jump and slide over this here way. I don't know why I said that, as in I'm any kind of expert on the melting points of different materials. Just for the record, I do not know the temperature it melts at. That ain't me. Unfamiliar with that information. Let's take all of these. And you are, oop, no space left in depot. Okay then. Let's see. You be switched, you're completely chock-a-block, so you're doing nothing now. So let's, can we fire shard? Yes we can, but only the one. I think maybe what we need to do is special crafting bench. Let's do it. Oh wait, actually, recipes, we're going to swap you for fire shard. So you are going to connect through to that. Right. Let's check our inventory for slugs. 5 of these here. We're going to dismantle this a little bit so that we can get all of these here. We're also going to crack open the tin of monster that I just lifted out of the fridge for no reason really, considering the fact that I hadn't opened it yet. That, on the other hand, beautiful sound. Love it. So, here's Sláinte. So, it takes 25 seconds to, or no, 24 seconds to do one of these here. That's going to require 2 minutes of our time. Let's go ahead and upload these. We'll upload these. Steel ingots, I guess we can upload. And the whole thing is going to be... Oh wait, yeah. That's something I didn't think about. Right, 6.25. I forgot to actually overclock the thing I was overclocking, because I am a silly biscuit. Let's do it. There we go. Got these here. 62.5 per minute. That's a nice little chunk of change right there. Another 10 seconds and we can swap over. So, now we go down to power shards. Load these here in. Okay, it's not even going to take a full minute. While it does that, I suppose we could do a little bit of harvesting of silica down here. For no other reason than we can. Boom. Lovely. And, oh, nope. Do the same thing here. If we chainsaw this. Lovely. And final one. Let's chainsaw this out of the way. So that is a good amount of silica, mycelia, and all of those little things. Let's upload the limestone, just because why not? And over here we should be ready. You, yes you can, you are going to become the next thing for Power Shard 1. So how many is this per minute? 18.75. Let's go scour the cave down here. And we're going to use the opportunity to make sure we've taken care of both all these boulders. Which, yep, we definitely have now. Skadoosh. It is so much more, like, less resource intensive. Not quite unresource intensive. Sorry, buddies. Oh wait, I just freed them. That's... yay me. Sorry there, buddies. And we're gonna quickly check in here. We got the Mercer Spear, and did we get the Summer Sloop? Yes, we did. Fudge. But we can look at quartz and Sam node in here. Jesus, this one's got a vendetta. He is keen to get us. Right, so these things, once they're in here, we should have pump out and export to. Maybe if, once we get to the right tier, if I can set up a battery automation, I could potentially set up a wide variety of different things to use drone ports. And I could have it ship resources via drone ports. With the exception of, well, I suppose I could use a packager for oil and the likes, but I'd rather not. Maybe I'll have those be part of a fluid freight network. And, oh, here we go. Lovely. Grab these, select recipe, and steel beam. This here, 75 per minute. It is now time. Connect you into here. So, nice. That will continue to do its little bit. We are going to go load up our modular frame factory thing. So this here, instead of it being 2500 and taking 150 minutes, 2.5 hours, we've now got it shrunk down, so we should be producing 20 per minute. So 5 minutes gives 100, so 12 times 5. Okay, so we're looking at an hour of time here. It will, however, require us to keep a good feed of modular frames going. So let's try and make sure we get all that taken care of. Because I think we're one shy at this point from the looks of it. That's a lot of crap there. Okay, that's what it is. It's not actually about the modular frames. It is, in fact, about these. So, you have 3, and you have 23. So, 26 times 4 is 104. So that's going to bring us up to 1,400. We're going to need another 50 times... Right. So we're going to need another 50 of these, I think. Whoa, no. You should not be rotors. You should be modular frames. Why would you possibly do that? That's very much no. And also, do we have a hard drive we can decrypt? We don't have any intact. Right, let's have a look. Infusion. Oh, this is the thing, the depot. So should we do more depot or should we do stack upload? Stack upload is the thing I'm leaning towards a little bit more. Mycelia, we've got that there. We can do. We've also got this. Fire slugs. Nope, not going to be able to. But quartz. Also not going to be able to. Too many heavy modular frames and computers needed. We're going to need to improve our crystal oscillators a lot more. Let's look at the hard drive library then. Hard drive library. Steel frame. 2 and 10. Yeah. This is going to be our boyo. Okay, right. Steel frame. This and these. You're going to produce 7.5 per minute. Lovely. 7.5, so right. 250 divided by 7.5. Actually, no, it's 7.5 divided by 7.5. That's going to be a lot, is my fear. Modular frame, we got 25 of these here we can share out. So let's drop these. And this will split it like that. So that 25 is going to be 200. And we'll go and check up here. What do we got? 49. Come on then. Next little batch. Lovely. So, another 50 into this little bit up here that we can then split across the path. That's going to be 150, 400. Right. Load these and let's get a bunch of steel beams. And load these in. That's going to bring us up to about 1,700 now, I think. About 1,700. I don't know what's going to be required for turbo motors. So where do we have a manufacturer we can check out? Not down there. Let's do production checks. Where's manufacturer? We haven't even unlocked it yet. That's a little bit of a shocker. I've been so busy on this thing here that I didn't even consider the possibility of things like industrial manufacturing. So at the very least, we got those loaded in. We need motors. Those are in. Modular frames are also going to be a big thing, except we got none of those. I don't know what we're gonna do then. Encased beams, right. All this kind of stuff could make motors. These are now chock-a-block, but how much so? 31 and 24. 31 and 24, 55. So that's 200, and that's going to bring us up to 1700. Maybe we focus that modular frame bit before the other aspects. So where is our reinforced iron plate construction coming from? All these here pumping into here, and it's not producing what we want it to. So this is an iron rod. Nope. Oh, you're just going to be rotors anyway. Well, we may as well deconstruct these here. I don't know what the hell we're doing. Well, actually, it's not even we, it's specifically me. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Reinforced iron plates. We got more of these. Put another 8 into there. Another bunch of these, so 50 times 3, that'd give us 150. But nope, that ain't gonna be the way. So maybe this is gonna have to be something different. We're going and Ugar. We need 200 in total of the modular frames. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell we should do to achieve it. Do I want to do a dimensional depot? Maybe I should do a dimensional depot for this, so that it will always be pumping out concrete. There we go. I can have a maximum of 1500 in my inventory. It'll upload 120 per minute at the current time. And what do we got? Okay, so we're at 38. What we're going to do is we're actually going to wrap it up for the evening. So let me just have a look and see who is live on Twitch at the moment. And then we'll go drop a little raid on them and say hello. So, who do we got on? Wide variety of ones at this time. Who should we say hello to? So, we got choices of a few different games. We got Sea of Thieves. Oh, yeah. Metatron. Let's drop a wee hello on Metatron. So, I'm going to set this little raid up. /raid. And we're heading on over to Metatron Enoch, who's doing a little bit of... I forget the name. Sea of Thieves. Right there on the thing. /raid. Metatron _Enoch. Hey, not a problem at all, Horsey. Thanks for dropping in with the raid and everything. Greatly appreciated. Hopefully, you're having yourself a wonderful night, and will continue to over on Metatrons. Take care, and hopefully I will catch you on the flippy flop.